Oh, this is going to be painful. All right, hang on. What the?
What
no
happened?
audio. It says no audio.
What happened?
I don't know.
What's the other thing?
Hold on. Let me just capture. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Let me just check something real quick.
No
Here.
music, but Shelley is dancing. No, they're not hitting any hearing audio. They are on Facebook.
All right, take it from the top. Hang on.
See?
Let me just check something real quick. Oh, that's interesting.
Facebook has audio.
All right, we're taking it from the top.
Is it working now?
Yeah, who knows?
Audio good, says
It says it's going there, and it's going there,
Loud
and that's
clear,
our voice.
says Bobber.
And
Hello and welcome to a Gypsy's Kiss. It's Wednesday, Humpday Hoedown, and I'm Shelley Carney.
oh, the coffee. We need the coffee.
It's right there. Need it now?
No. And I'm Toby Younis. Thanks for joining us tonight. We have a giveaway. We're giving away some coffee and other stuff tonight. We have to tell you what we're giving away next week from the swag bag. And we have a package to open, which is nice. And I ordered some more bears. So we have bears to start giving away. I think we'll wait till later in the season, the off season, to give the bears away. And I got some more coins too, but they're silver coins. They're very different from the gold ones that we've been giving away. Stick around. It's going to be a fun show. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
Humpday. Indeed, Humpday.
Humpday.
Humpday. High five. That was outstanding. That's Shelley's latest work, and that's our new intro, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you have fun with that, because Shelley put a lot of work into it. So, hope you guys like it. So,
it's not Squirrels Day.
It's not Squirrels Day.
It's not Fly Day. It's not Catter Day.
Got that. Need that picture. Got that. Okay, we got a lot to do, but the first thing I want to do is a sassy.
Sassy.
I actually ordered an additional bear, number 4, so that I could send to your grandson. So send me an email with your shipping address, and I'll get that in the email. I was going to say this weekend, but my weekend just got tied up.
In the mail, not the email.
Send me your address, and I have a bear for your grandson. Okay, so it's not a giveaway; it's a gift. And you could tell them it came from Uncle Toby and Aunt Shelley. Uncle Toby and Aunt Magical Treasure Princess.
Okie dokie then.
Let's see. I got to turn my audio down. So, first of all, of course, there is always some.
Housekeeping, you want towels?
Because you and I both know that we all need towels. First of all, make sure that before the end of the night, you like our video. If you like, YouTube likes it when you like our video. What was that?
It's a thumb war thing going on there.
YouTube likes it when you like our video. Shelley has fun when you like our video. And the truth be told, YouTube actually likes it when you don't like our video because it's just another view and it's something they call engagement.
But I don't like that.
But Shelley doesn't like it.
I only like it when you like
Share our video with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your business associates, and the entirety of your social network so that we can
grow the channel.
Because we want to grow this channel, just make it bigger than heck. Bigger than PewDiePie.
Bigger than
And
sand.
then if you're not already a subscriber, this would be an ideal time to subscribe. And when you do subscribe, make sure you ring that notifications bell. And that way, whenever we start a live stream or schedule a live stream, you will be immediately informed and
in the know.
in the know. Because we all know how much fun it is to be. So did Sassy get my message here? Says Sassy, thank you so much. Yeah, just send an email to gypsyskiss@gmail.com with your shipping address. And I had my whole weekend planned. This whole weekend was going to be about doing nothing this weekend. Boom. And it changed. So I will put it in the mail like on, can I do it on Monday? I think I can do it on either Monday or Tuesday. All right? But send it to me and give it to your grandson. So we have another. Let's do a giveaway video. I got a new giveaway video.
What happened?
I have a giveaway video.
Oh, that's right.
Ba, ba, ba. So make sure you shake your butt drums because here it comes. Huh? Okay, so tonight's giveaway is for this Wyoming whiskey bourbon truffle roast coffee bag of coffee beans, as well as the Toby Fan 3000 John and Karen Warner gift pack consisting of a water bottle koozie, a very stylish pen with a little nubby thing on the front of it and a light on the back, and then one of their USB keychain things. So that's what we're giving away tonight. All right? And to do that, we're going to go over, we're going to do a screenshot. Let me get over to that part of my YouTube. Okay, so we're going to do a screenshot and get that right there. And we're going to tell YouTube how much we hate the new Creator Studio beta and get out of it. And then we're going to go to YouTube, you make me crazy. You're making me crazy. So that would be, let's see, what's today? The 30th. So that would be the 23rd. Okay, so you had to have commented on the video on the 23rd to qualify for this drawing. So we're going to go to that video made on the 23rd. We're going to pick up that URL. We're going to go to commentpicker.com. We're going to go to the YouTube tools, click on that, and do the random comment picker thing. Keep an eye out for the... Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Watch this. And if you're wondering why we get a lot of microscope ads, that's my fault. So we're going to filter out the duplicate users. Watch, they're just waiting for me to do something. They know this. Ah, there it is. Oh. Okay. Got to be fast, man. You got to be fast. So let's filter out the duplicate users and see how many possible winners we have from that show. Ta-dum-tum. Oh, only 48. Wow. So I guess you guys weren't taking us seriously with the coffee thing, huh? Okay, and then we're going to pick a winner here. And the winner is the Hoosier Sisters, who we know well, know and love well. Congratulations, Hoosier Sisters.
Wow.
So, Hoosier Sisters, if you would do me the favor of one of you sending me the your shipping address. Let me go back to full screen.
Whoever wants the coffee.
Whoever wants the copy, send me your shipping address, and we'll put that in the mail. See, like Monday or Tuesday of next week, because my weekend just disappeared. Okay, so I was going to give another giveaway, but here's the deal. This was the gold coin that we gave away last week. So here's kind of what I'm going to do with this. If I don't hear from the winner by the following week's show, then I'm going to give the item away. In this case, the winner was Michael Sharkey. He was. I thought he was in the room on Friday, but I tried to reach out to him not only on Friday but twice in the comments, and he never got back to me. So next week's gift. Let's pull something else from Yellowstone. What else we got? What do we have?
What's inside the box? You mean not a coin?
Yeah, not a coin.
From Yellowstone?
From Yellowstone.
We have a map. You giving away this map?
Don't we have another bear spray?
Yeah, we got a bear spray.
Let's give away the map. I'll save that. Okay, so here's next. No, I'll give that away next week. So here's next week's prize: a gold coin and the official $15 Yellowstone map, Yellowstone National Park map. Okay, that's the giveaway for next week. In order to qualify for next Wednesday's giveaway, you have to make a comment on this video below. Comments in the chat room do not count. It doesn't know what to do with those comments. So once the video is published onto our YouTube channel, that is the live stream Humpday Hoedown for October 30th, make a comment, and that's where we'll pick the winner from. And you'll win a Yellowstone National Park commemorative coin in gold and a map of Yellowstone never opened. I'm not going to do it now. It's never been opened. Okay? So it's Yellowstone night next week. All right. And then I have a package to open. So let me open this package. So this package is from our friend William Hada. And William follows us not only on AGK, but he follows my INR channel. And he's recently started following our World Sand Project channel. So I wrote him. Where's his? I copied his email.
Oh,
from William.
I'll look for it.
So let me go to. One. Yeah. So let me go back to screenshot here. Okay. So William says, so he sent me this package and it showed up at our UPS store. And I didn't know. I thought to myself, well, is this an Gypsy Kiss thing or it's not a restoration thing? So I wrote him. And he wrote back and said, "Hi, Toby and Shelley. I sent a beach sand sample for your new channel. Attached is a photo of the beach where I took the sample, Harkness State Park in Waterford, Connecticut. I don't see GPS coordinates in the metadata, so I printed them on the label." And I guess what he's talking about here. So this is our first out of Rio Grande, away from Rio Grande sand sample for our new channel. And let me take you, so that's Harkness, and he sent the picture just like I asked. And actually, I'm going to take you over there just for a second. Let's see, how do I want to do this? So we have a new channel. It doesn't have any content yet. It won't until tomorrow. Let's see.
World Sand Project.
World Sand Project.
It's because sand is one of our most important resources, and we're running out of it.
Okay, so we have a new channel, and it's called World Sand Project. As you can see, there's no videos on it. Oh, look, it's still the old logo.
Because you're not subscribed. You are subscribed.
I am subscribed to it. But I do have two playlists, and one playlist is called The World Shortage of Sand. It's a number of YouTube videos that talk about this world shortage. In addition to that, I put some videos from sand under the that are of sand under the microscope, and I put a discussion up there. And the discussion included a link to the May 2019 UN report on the scarcity of sand, and we're going to talk more and more about that. It's my contribution to saving the world. So I haven't done anything like this since I worked on the documentaries about the California coast. So let's see what he sent it in. So this sand comes from one of the points that we try to make in this, for those of you that are not familiar, and I'm not going to bore you to death with all of this, but the simple fact of the matter is sand is, wow, he even found a real specimen bottle.
Nice. And he labeled it nicely.
So behind, I wonder if he's a professor or something. So he sent us a sample of sand from that beach, and he labeled it with a lat long and his name, and he sent us that photograph. So sand behind water and air is our most consumed resource, and there's a long story behind that. And if you look at some of those videos, you'll understand why. And the problem is, it takes about 125,000 years to produce a grain of sand, and we're using it up faster than the Earth has the ability to produce it. And so people are doing things that they shouldn't be doing. They're dredging rivers, so they're killing all the life in the rivers. They're dredging the oceans, so they're starting to kill the life in the oceans. And in places like in India, there's literally a sand mafia that is not only stealing people's property to dig under the property, the farm property, to get to the sand. There are people dying over there. There were over 200 people killed in India last year by the sand mafia. That's how serious a problem this is. So anyway, we started the World Sand Project to make people aware of it, and the way that we're going to help people be part of the solution rather than the problem is we're going to ask you to send us a sample of sand from a river or a beach or a sand thing somewhere near you, and we're going to start cataloging them, and we're going to do shows showing them on a microscope so you can see the differences. But the whole point is to remind you that we have a very serious problem and that we've got to start solving it. Otherwise, there won't be any place left for our grandchildren.
And when's this starting?
So our first show is next Wednesday at 3. It's a live stream next Wednesday, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And we'll be showing you what the sand that William Hoddes sent us from Connecticut looks like under a microscope. So, and we're going to do that, and each time we'll bring you a new feature about this problem and focus on that. In the meantime, you might want to go to the playlist. So I'd appreciate it if you'd become a subscriber to the World Sand Project and tune in for our show next Wednesday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon. Okay? World Sand Project. Do something good for your planet. Instead of fighting over it. So I remember I was at a conference back in the 1990s, and at that point it was accepted common knowledge that one day we'd go to war over oil, and to some extent we have in some cases. And then soon after that, one day we would go to war over water, or the rights to water. No one ever predicted. We've always fought over land, right? We've always, most wars are fought over the title to land. But no one ever imagined that we would, at that point, one day fight a war over sand, and we are. And the reason is we're building the equivalent in the United States alone. We're building the equivalent of 8 New York cities every year, and that construction takes a lot of concrete, and 80% of concrete is sand. Here's something to think about: the average American home requires 200 tons of sand to build.
They're all suggesting names for the channel.
What?
Pound sand.
Pound sand.
The sandy side.
Anyway, join us. New channel, something else to do. And we're starting to prepare, of course, for that day in which it is announced that the treasure has been recovered.
Under the sand.
Under the sand someplace.
Under the sea.
Okay, let's do some emails.
Okay. All right.
Go for it.
This is from the Dungeon Master, and the topic is, why do you block people?
Oh, Jesus.
You seem to be obsessed with blocking people you don't agree with. We have a right to free speech, and you're taking it away from us. Get real. This is all about the chase, not about you.
Well, you read that like I imagined he would have said. He covered a whole bunch of territory. I've been Dungeon Master is a time. So obsessed with blocking people you don't agree with. I don't block people that. It is not the people that I don't agree with that I don't block people, because if I blocked all the people that I don't agree with, I wouldn't have any viewers at all. I don't. None of us agree with anybody else. We'd all be doing that. So that's the first thing. I block people who don't follow the rules. And let me give you an example. Let's imagine that you're in your living room one night, and you have a bunch of friends over, and you're talking about the Forrest Fenn Treasure, and suddenly your front door flies open, and a person walks in, and they're wearing one of those crazy clown masks. You don't know who
It
they
must
are.
be Halloween.
Complete stranger. And they start
And they say,
yelling
"Trick or treat?"
at you and your friends.
Are they
and
yelling
calling
trick or
it-
treat?
They're not. Anyway, my point is, that's your house. You would never allow that. Each of us would take some sort of action not to let that happen, right? Because that's what it's all about. That's your house. This YouTube channel, it's like my house. And I would defend it in the same way. And YouTube gives me the tools to do that. Because I'm not going to let you come in here, for those that have been blocked. You're not going to come in here and do the clown mask anonymously with the clown mask and start yelling at people. That just isn't going to happen. So that's the first thing. The second thing is you have a right to free speech. You have a right to understand the Constitution, because this is not a matter of free speech. The Constitution guarantees you a right to speak out against the government without fear of reprisal.
Cora Jacobs said that too.
Right.
Free speech protects you from the government.
Right.
Society and regular people can do what is
Best for them. That's right. So you don't have the right to stand in front of me and calling me names without some sense of repercussion, and especially when it's in my house. You're in my house. And so this is an issue of free speech. That's a weak argument, and you really have to understand the Constitution better. And I'm not taking it away from you. You still have the right to say whatever you want.
I agree, Michael.
Someplace
Wimmer.
else.
Clowns are scary.
Get real. This is about the chase, not about you. I understand that, Dungeon Master. I never try to make it about me. Or anybody else for that matter, because
But let's make it about sand.
it is about, because I'm serious about this whole sand thing. But thank you for that. I want to point out that we have 5,600 plus subscribers, and I have 200 people blocked, and each of them came in with a clown mask, and that's about 3% of our total subscriber base. And all you have to do here's an interesting fact for you guys. We have always said that if you want to be reinstated into the group, all you have to do is send an email to a Gypsy's Kiss and say you'd like to be reinstated. You don't have to beg. You don't have to explain. You simply have to say you'll be reinstated.
I was laughing at the chat, not at what Toby was saying.
And the strange thing about this is we've received 3 of those emails in 2 years. 3 people have said, I'd like to be reinstated.
And they were.
And they were.
And they have been good viewers ever since.
Exactly.
Toby is drawing his line in the sand,
Yeah.
says Mark Darling. Get it, sand?
Sand. This one is entitled The Box from Lisa Smith.
Is it the sandbox?
It's a sandbox. Don't even talk with me. I'm trying to concentrate here. Hi, Shelley and Toby. Could you refresh my memory on the talk about the box said by Forrest, meaning out of the box, get back in the box? Thank you so much. Love to both. Lisa from
We, in
WA.
fact, have a video about that.
What? We got the
very
video
thing.
box. Which one is that?
Get back in the box.
Get back in the box. So here's the challenge with Fenn's advice. Number one, he's always implied that imagination is more important than knowledge. And then he, in not quite the same sentence, he suggests that many of us are outside of the box, the implication being that we're going beyond the poem and the book. So the challenge whenever, and the only thing I could recommend to you is take a look at some of those phrases that Shelley put in that video, but you can always go to Terry Scant and search the box, because you will find dozens of his comments, most of which relate to get back in the box. And hey, Linda, in our Facebook page, Linda Hughes. The challenge is when you suggest to someone that they have to use their imagination and simultaneously suggest to that same individual that they should remain in the box, that seems to me like a contradiction in terms, right? So I've never quite understood the demarcation point, the inflection point between using your imagination and staying in the box. To me, those are diametrically opposed concepts to one another, and I'm sure I struggle with it. I'm not sure that anybody else does. Maybe I'm making too much of it. But the simple fact of the matter is, I understand that it is our opinion that when he says get back in the box, it's a euphemism for read the poem, read the book. That's it. And that when he says use your imagination, what he's telling us, and again, our opinion, what he's telling us is take what you read in the book and read the poem and use your imagination to figure out the links, the connections, right? So, as I said, there's a contradiction between use your imagination and stay in the box. But as I said, when he says stay in the box, my interpretation is that he wants you to read the book and read the poem.
Speaking of reading the book,
she does love us both, though. Yeah.
We are getting into each chapter in depth in the membership vault. If any of you are interested in diving more deeply into each chapter of the book, we do one chapter each night. We spend about 90 minutes discussing each chapter, and we get a lot of really good discussion going.
It's amazing how much you can get out of it when you have a lot of people it's like a brainstorming session, and it's not just a presentation.
It's a lot of fun. We have a lot of laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have some very funny people in and I mean funny, not funny
and
word. People
bring out things that we had not ever heard before and had not considered. So it's a lot of fun.
It is a lot of fun.
Enlightening. So if you're interested in joining our membership, you can find out how to join at gypsieskiss.com.
Roger.
Make sure it's HTTP and not HTTPS, because for some reason, if you put the S in there, it doesn't go there.
So we just got a new email that you probably need to answer.
Uh-oh.
It says, oh, look, there's Sherry's address. Let's see.
Occam's Blade.
Okay, so we'll get to that eventually. Question for tonight. We have, Brian, we'll just have to wait.
Why is Shelley wearing a tiara?
Because she's the magical treasure princess.
Ta!
That's why.
It's sort of like Halloween, so yeah. Oh, magical treasure princess wears a crown.
Yep, there you go. Answer that. That was an easy one.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm going to take the next one since you got that one. Oh, okay. So this is from our friend, Hoedown, Allison Plummer, who keeps trying to educate me on this matter, and I don't seem to get it. So I'm going to try this one more time. And then, Allison, you have to put up your own YouTube video because apparently I'm just not smart enough for this. So let's do a screenshot. She's the one that's been trying to get me through my Terry Scant thing, and I keep messing it up. So let me just look at this one more time, and let's see if I can figure it out. And you guys are required to help me where I'm messing it up. Okay.
Hey there. So I've heard that you guys were having trouble copy pasting from Terry Scant, and I just wanted to show you this trick. I don't know if maybe you already know this, but I'll just search for the word map. Let's say I want to copy this quote here. This is the everyday people call begging for clues. It's kind of long. You don't really want to type it out. I'm just right-clicking, and this drop-down menu pops up. I am using a Mac, but you should be able to also do this, I think, on a PC. Click print, and then instead of actually printing it out, you're going to save it as a PDF. Let's save it. It'll probably just go to my desktop. I already had something called Terry Scant search results, so I'm just going to replace this one. Go to my desktop. There's my family. And here is the saved page. Everyday people call begging for clues. Okay, copy.
So she highlighted it. I don't get that far.
I'm just gonna bring open like a blank thing. I'm gonna put all this in
Okay,
here.
she's gonna put it in there.
So you can see it pasted everything. The one wanted additional clues, so I told her it was more than 300 miles. So hopefully this might help you. I don't know, maybe you already have a
It will, Allison, once I figure out how to do this.
Thanks so much for everything you guys do for the channel.
K-Pro says she even figured it out.
She did. William just came in the room. Let me say hi. So, William, we opened up your package and got your sand, and we're going to analyze this under a microscope next Wednesday on our World Sand Project next Wednesday at 3 p.m., okay? And then if anybody else is interested in what to do in order to contribute to this project, I'm going to put up a video tomorrow explaining exactly what you have to do so you can send us sand from your location, and we'll do the same
Charles
thing.
picks.
We'll
Toby isn't thinking Montana at all anymore.
Hey there. So
Okay,
I've heard
so wait a minute. So I'm going to go to Terry Scan. Let me go to Terry Scan. Oh, let me do screenshot here. So I'm going to go to Terry Scant. Terry. Okay. And I'm going to search. What did we tell that lady to search for? Oh, box. Box. Okay. And we'll just take that first one, and she right-clicked, and she said print. And then she said select save as PDF. And I click save. See, I don't get the option. That's the difference. It doesn't ask me where to save it. Hang on. Wait a minute. Okay, there it is. So we save it there. What's it called?
Oh.
Terry Scan, search results. Save. So now we go to my messy desktop. And we look at, I hope you guys can still see us because we can't see you. Okay. So we open it up and we do a cut and, okay, there we go. Ooh.
Nope, I guess he blew.
Wait a minute. It'll pop up because I moved it over. Okay, so, here we go again. So I did a copy and paste, and I selected it, but it's not. Did it let me copy it? Hang on.
I don't know what.
Let's see. What can I put it in? Do you want to save changes? New.
Some black sand from your placer claim? Yes, LR. Or take a picture of where it comes from and give us location.
Okay. So she was right, and we've got it figured out. So, Allison, thank you for that. We appreciate it.
You got it figured out now?
Yeah, I will use that from now on.
All right.
I need to get back to my OBS screen so I can figure out get us
We're
back.
just blue.
We're just blue.
What'd you do?
I clicked Humpday Hoedown because I like it so much.
I guess.
Okay, let's see, what we got there? Okay, all right. Okay, so still some more emails.
Okay.
So, Allison, thank you for that. Hoedown.
Solve reveal from Tim Walker. After the chest is found, what do you believe would be the most financially advantageous method of divulging the solve? Financially advantageous.
Financially advantageous. So it depends if you want to maintain your anonymity. Let's assume you're not worried about your.
About that.
Yeah, let's assume you're not worried about your anonymity. I would call television. I would call Nightline because they've done a number of stories on Fenn, and they pay. They pay for content. So I would think that would be the most financially advantageous. I guess the second one is you could try to auction off. once you've, I guess it depends.
Write a book.
It depends. Yeah, but write a book is a big investment in time, publishing,
Get
printing,
a ghostwriter.
Well, no. I'm just saying.
I bet somebody would want to publish it right
Boom,
away.
you want to do
You'd
that
get
right
an
away.
offer.
How big a book can you write on the theory, on the solution?
Oh, you'd tell your life story and all of the stuff that you went through to find it and where it was. And
Okay,
you
Shelley's
don't say
opinion.
where it was. It's in the book. You got to buy the book to find out.
Shelley's opinion on the matter is write a book. My opinion on the matter is go to television. They'll pay you for it.
Well, both. Why not?
Or do it both.
I mean, and then you've. I don't know.
Or you could send it to me, and I will give you my collection of sand.
Because you know what sand is worth? I mean, they're killing people
they're
over
killing
sand.
people over sand. I can't imagine you're missing the value of that. After the chest is found, who do you believe is the most financially advantageous method? I guess what you could do is if you're going to auction off the chest and liquidate that as quickly as possible while maintaining your anonymity, I guess you could eBay out. You could put the... Oh, that's damned interesting.
What?
Put the theory on eBay.
The
It's not a theory at that point. It's a solution. Put the solution on eBay.
Make more money on. Well, it'll probably be simpler.
The
than writing a book.
The problem is everybody in the world is going to put something on eBay. They're saying it's their solution.
Right.
So you got to get it done quickly as possible, and you have to have somebody credible to back you. Go to television.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just going to turn into a big mess, especially if Mr. Fenn has passed away by that time.
Oh, I read that one.
You did?
Yeah.
You just read this one?
read
Oh, the last one. Okay,
answered.
so this is from New Mexico Cats and Dogs. I don't know, was he on our early show or on our late show? So we took a call from a gentleman whose
Must have
first
been the
name is
late one.
William. It's not the William that's in the room right now. His screen name is New Mexico Cats and Dogs. And he gave us this very detailed theory of his location around the White Rock, New Mexico area. And he says, my buddy and I documented one of our trips. If you want to check it out, thanks for talking to me last night. I had a blast. You guys helped me a lot starting out in the chase. And he gave me a YouTube video, and I've posted that YouTube video, the link to that YouTube video in the description box below. I can't play it because that would be a copyright issue.
Okay. Video, A Whisperer, from Pamela.
Shitron.
Good morning, all. I have enjoyed watching your YouTube channels over the years.
Did she send it to more than us?
She sent it to everybody.
Well, that's not Sean's correct address there.
No, not with an A in it, for
Yeah.
sure.
Us, Cal, and Christy.
Yeah. Although I have been less public in the past 6 years, I have remained dedicated to the chase. Please watch my attached video with an open mind and an understanding I have regarding the obvious questions which will arise from it. Thanks.
So I don't know how long any of you guys have been around, but if you've been around since around 2013, Pamela released, she has a YouTube channel. She's just been off the grid for a really long time. I haven't heard anything from her. But she had a theory that led to that statue in Colorado of that the nun that founded the Carmelites. I can't remember her name. Lord, forgive me for that.
Sister Carmela.
No, it wasn't. It was Sister. Sister. We used to. My mother would stop by every time we were driving to Denver. I'll never remember it. Anyway, she had a theory that related to that, and she got some news coverage for it. Back then, she released it in the same way that guy did a couple of months ago, and it made some local news channels. So I looked at this video. Pamela has come up with another theory. It's very obviously something that Pamela feels strongly about, and I've put the link in the description box below if you guys would like to see it. All right, Pamela Shitron. She's been around. I think she's visited with Fenn.
Mother Cabrini?
Mother Cabrini. Is that right?
I don't know.
Yeah,
That's
there's a statue. If I remember, it's been a long time. I was just a kid. So if I remember correctly, there is a statue of Mother Cabrini at some shrine, between here and Denver. I get a sense of like
Christ
around
of the Mines.
Colorado Springs, and we used to stop there. And Pamela's not first video, but one of her videos put together a theory that had to do with that statue. And I remember getting a lot of news coverage for it. But she also, of course, the community also
They
beat her
keep
up over
trying
it.
to keep him from saying this because I think they think he's cursing.
Oh, the
YouTube.
Mother Cabrini Shrine. No, I think that's it. Hang on, I'm going to find it. Because I remember, like I said, I remember going there as a kid every time we went up to them. And there's a Carmelite, actually, whatever they call them. Nunnery. Carmelite, where they live.
Uh-huh.
Here in Santa Fe, I was going to say here in Santa Fe, but there's one in Santa Fe. And my mother's side of the family,
Convent.
pardon me?
Convent.
And my mother's side of the family had a very strong relationship with them. So I remember going to visit them all the time. And they covered their faces. And because I was a male, even though I was a young male, I could only go to the front entry. The women could go
I
in the back.
don't think there is.
Strict anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, you got to wonder if they were around. It was a beautiful piece of property out there.
I'm trying to remember. My husband had two
Actually,
aunts that were
you know where it
nuns, and I
was?
thought they were Carmelites, but they were not that strict.
So
So they may not have been Carmelites.
It's over there by where Fenn lives. It's off the old Santa Fe Trail. Their convent, if it's still there. It's been a long time. Those things have gone by the way. Okay, I think that's it from emails. Let's do. Yeah, that's what that video is all about there. So you start from the top. I'm going to start from the bottom and hit questions. Okay.
Okay, I'm at 7:20.
Oh well, I'm only at 7:40, so
Okay.
that's as far back as
We
can go.
have in the room, hello to LR,
Oh.
Lika Lee, K Pro, Mr. T, Jack, Jim Siri, CMC, Corey Jacobs, Christine Kenzie, Lead Searcher, Jason Northface, James Bailey, Steve Klein, Michael Wimmer, 3D Bronze, the Swami, who agrees with you.
What agrees with me on what?
I think about the whole free speech thing.
Oh,
It seems to be where it was located. Juno, who it is, says, he didn't block me yet. Thanks, Toby.
oh, keep trying, Juno.
Captain Marvel. Kiwis Road My Life Story. You have the right to pursue a better quality of life, and what's in your universe? Just my thought.
That sounds like your show this afternoon.
That's right. Mark Darling. Alternate reality. Beware the Chase Mafia. They are inside the house. Blue Fox. Tony Russi. Sassy. We have Tony. Tony was in my room today at the
Yeah,
Softer
thanks
Side.
for joining us there, Tony. You were
Yeah.
funny. Although all they did was talk about Forrest Fenn.
Oh, they talked about islands and
Oh, yeah, that's
other
right.
things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scuba
Because the
diving.
island of completed goals. We were going to the island of completed goals together on Transition Airlines.
So Sherry sent me, Sassy sent me a picture of her grandson. Can I share him?
I don't know. You
Sassy,
didn't ask her.
I'm sharing your. I imagine since you
Ask
sent
her
it
if
in
it's
email.
okay first.
Okay. Sassy, is it okay to share the pictures of your grandson that you sent me?
Let's
Answer
see,
in
we
the
have
comments below. in
Britt
the
Chaser's here. What are you doing up so late, Britt?
Britt. Yeah, it's what? Me a tuna.
Davio 22.
Let me see what Sassy says.
Fen Finder.
Amy Smith loves someone.
Being
and a
inside the
Mary
box is like being
American
wrapped in a warm, fuzzy blanket. That's nice in the wintertime, but maybe not in the summer. Interesting. Think about it.
Sassy said, okay.
Okay. Shane McLaughlin.
Okay, this is Sassy's grandson, and I think he was premature a little bit.
I don't know. It's a newborn.
And he's the one I'm going to send the bear to because she wanted to win one.
Jacobs.
What's the likelihood of that actually happening? So there's, oh my God, you know who he looks like?
Amy Smith.
He looks like Rick McDonald, don't you think? Like Illinois Ghost? Does that? Okay, all right. I'm just teasing.
We're going to get in trouble.
Okay. I'm just teasing, Rick. I am just teasing. And that must be the little family there. How cute is that? Well, did you send me the email? I mean, did you send me the address? And I'll pop that teddy bear in the...
Lisa Smith. Douglas
in the
Carver.
It is so cute. Look at this. They're very...
Jack.
They're very
Wayne
plushy.
Ross.
And they have the grizzly bear hump on them. And they have like the grizzly bear dead eyes before they eat you thing.
Because they're plastic.
That's how they look at you before they eat you.
Charles Pix.
So-
Charles Pix wanted to know, are you still at 25% New Mexico, 75% Montana?
No, as of last week with the publication of the article entitled Fool's Gold, I am back to 100% New Mexico. Because I don't think Fenn would send a journalist to the area in which the treasure resided. And he sent them to the place I was looking, that I was considering. So, no.
Ord,
Back in New Mexico, brothers and
also
sisters.
known as George. Paladin.
3 weeks premature. That isn't bad.
Zapster.
I don't think we had any.
Oh, you guys should go watch today's The Softer Side. Toby's told a really interesting story about being held at gunpoint, and yeah, you really should see that story. It's pretty cool. It's real too. It happened.
Davio, William Blake, see the universe in a grain of sand.
Zapster.
That quote is elicited several times in some of the videos that I posted to my channel.
War Girl.
Island of Sand is where I'm from. You know what? And depending on where you're from, they're taking that sand and they're giving it to they're selling it to other countries. Did you know, here's an interesting fact, that Dubai, which builds all those very shapely sand islands off its coast, has to import sand from Australia. Here's why. One of the ironies of nature is that all the sand in the desert is too rounded and fine to be used in construction. So they have to import Dubai in the Mideast, sitting on the edge of one of the biggest deserts in the world, can't use its own sand to do all that construction.
Little girl from India.
Let's see,
is
Wayne
here.
Ross, GoPro or
Maybe
cell
the little
phone
girl
for
from
video.
India
What is the
can
device I
talk to
see
us
some
about the
people
sand
using for
mafia.
holding their cell phone while shooting video? Wayne Ross. So I don't know if you're talking about the sand project imagery. All I need is a photograph, but let me show you what you're talking about here. Hang on just a second.
Stacy Harwood. Steve Klein. Let's see, the Blue Fox. Schatz. K9 Treasure Hunter. Alicia is here. Alicia, we did get your message last night. We read that your power went out, so I guess you were having some issues hearing us. So the video is up in the member vault, Alicia, if you want to go look at it from last night.
While you're doing that, I'm going to answer Wayne Ross.
Okay.
So Wayne, this is what they're using. I don't have a cell phone in it right now, but it's a 3-axis gimbal.
Your cell phone's right there.
Oh, I guess I could do that. Beep, beep, beep. Your cell phone fits like that.
Will I be your publisher, Corey Jacobs? I'm not a publisher. I don't really know anything about it. Can't really do much for you.
So you got to balance it. I don't know if this has power, so let me hold on.
Taxes.
So are you saying hi to anybody? Or are you
I'm just seeing the same names over and over.
Oh, okay.
So Jimmy Fast is here.
Jimmy of the Fast.
Hoof-hearted.
Ask him where he is. Okay, so
I imagine he's in Santa
Wayne,
Fe.
this is called a 3-axis gimbal, and it's used to hold your phone. And once I turn it on,
Lisa Smith.
Hang on, let me balance this son of a gun.
Paladin. Robert in Colorado.
So ask Jimmy Fast
Isn't
where
it?
he is. He's been traveling all.
Oh, I thought he was in Santa Fe.
Well, but he was in Colorado last Friday.
Oh,
That's what I'm saying.
and it popped up, and now I lost
Okay,
my
3-axis
spot.
gimbal. When I turn it on, doesn't have battery power.
Do, 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 do.
Yeah. So this is a 3-axis gimbal made specifically for cell phones, and it's used to level the cell phone against motion of any kind.
Jacob
So as long as you're
Eyes.
turning,
Logic Chaser.
Right.
Hey, Matt. Brewer.
and you can buy this one. Like I said, this one happens to be a
Mitchy
Zhiyun,
Mitch.
which is my favorite gimbal company. But they're
Stacey
made.
Harvey
They're also
from
made by
Wyoming.
DJI and
Jorg Moonen.
a couple of other
The
companies.
Ghost.
And the price has come down amazingly. So you can get a cell phone 3-axis gimbal for around $130 on Amazon from the better companies. Look at Zhiyun and
How would you
DJI.
spell that?
Zhiyun.
Yeah.
It's a Chinese company. Zhiyun. Zhiyun. But the other
been
one,
able to spell that.
but the other one is DJI, and they're the
Walking
same
among
guys.
lions.
They're the same guys that make drones. Here, hang on, let me get it.
Mr. T.
Oh, and DJI just
Glenna
announced
Friedman.
a new.
Bye, Glenna. Start exploring.
So DJI just announced a new drone. They call it the DJI Mini Mavic.
Amy Smith.
Let's see what it is.
There's a new article from Fenn. Amy, if you're talking about Fool's Gold, it came out last week.
Yeah.
And it's in our community tab if you want to see the link to it. Also, didn't Cynthia have something on it?
She had part of it. She had an explanation of how she came by it
Cynthia
on her
Meacham
blog.
has a
But yeah,
blog
you can
about
go
it.
to our community page and you can download the original. So DJI just announced a new drone that is smaller than the Mavic Air with a better camera, and it's not the Spark, which was kind of universally hated. And it's only $399 with a single battery.
And
So
let's see.
the price has really come
Because
down.
I can.
So, same software, if you guys have a thing for drones.
Lead searcher.
Okay, so Wayne, I
Dan-
answered that question. 3-axis
Where'd it go?
gimbal.
Dan Stagg.
Let's see, Zapster. Shelley, is last week's ruby necklace now an aquamarine, or is that a diamond?
It is an opal.
Doesn't it just sparkle? That was one of the 3 that Tony sent her.
It has matching earrings, but I can't.
Wear 'em with
You
the
couldn't
headset.
see them with it, so.
Okay, hello,
Journeyman.
Sassy. 2 week, 3 week.
Tony Henman. Hey, Tony. Opal looks good on you. Hey, Toby. Headed out to catch a metalhead. It's polar up here. I don't care. I'm going. At least my bear won't get warm. Ha. Rio de los Pinos.
Really?
Oh, you forgot your water.
I forgot my water.
Oh,
It's
no.
out like that. So drink for both of us.
More water for me.
So yeah, it was only out. It was really cold today here in Albuquerque. What was it?
Oh, it was like, I
37.
only got up to like 44 today.
Yeah, I mean it was pretty chilly. It's going to be. We're getting down to
And it was
22
windy.
tonight.
So cold wind.
Okay.
I know Kevin had all of his winter gear laid out to put on tonight. And
So Christine says
works.
museum with all the contents of the chest. I think she's referring. Yeah, that's different. He was
Journeyman
asking-
says, I love my Spark. It's a tank.
Yeah, it really will take a crash really well. I just didn't like it because it was a
How
2-axis
far
gimbal.
is Forrest from Yellow Hat,
I don't know where Yellow Hat is.
i.e. Coyote Trickster? I
Don't.
don't know. The only Yellow Hat I know is the guy that has the Curious George monkey.
Oh.
I don't know.
I thought, is Yellow Hat a location?
I don't know.
Oh.
It makes it sound like it. Jim Siri. Hi, Princess. Hi.
So we got baby pictures, cute baby pictures.
Door girl. My dad says I need a stick to feel around in the ground. You tell her about that walking stick with the camera on it.
Oh, hey. So I don't know whether you've heard the conversation from last week, but somebody was suggesting that I buy an endoscope. I think it was William. William suggested it. Anyway, William, I did buy it. It's ordered. I think it arrives on Friday. And I found a selfie stick that's about yay long. And I'm going to attach the endoscope to that. So by next Wednesday, I'll be able to show you guys what I did with that endoscope in terms of poking around in the nooks and crannies looking for Fenn's treasure. So, and the other cool thing about this one is you don't actually have to connect it to your phone. It connects to your phone via wireless. So you can have your phone on one end of the thing, and it connects to a wireless box and that powers the light, and so it can be completely independent of the stick. I will have it. I'll assemble it by next Wednesday so you guys can see it, and that way when you go out next year and you don't want to poke your hand in a proverbial snake hole.
I will send you some sand that the frackers are after.
Yeah, I know. I just read that story. He must be in Wisconsin or Minnesota because they go to Wisconsin and Minnesota, take sand from them and use it in the fracking in North Dakota and Canada. They're sand mining. They're taking it for purposes, and then it's unusable. After that, it can't be used for anything. So, Jason, that would be great if you would do that. I'd appreciate it. And like I said, I will put up a video tomorrow on the World Sand Project explaining how you guys can contribute these various, and you don't have to. All you have to do is put it in a small plastic bag and then put that bag in an envelope.
Zapster says Yellow Hat is the trickster in Dale's story.
Oh, don't know it. So I want to answer this question.
Is there a new Dale story up?
I don't know. So,
Sassy says, yes, please share that.
Sure, what?
One of those.
What?
Try the wheel. I don't know. Whatever you were just talking about.
The endoscope,
poking stick.
The poking stick. We got a name for it. We're going to show you how we designed the poking stick for poking around in the treasure so you can find. So next Wednesday, I will have a poking stick for you.
Okay, Douglas Carver, be safe.
Did he
He's
say
going to go pick up
Elizabeth?
his wife from work.
Oh, okay. So I want to read this last email so we don't have to worry about it on Friday. It says, it's from Skinnybug, and it says, how many times have you met Forrest in real life? Also, why did you pick the name of Gypsy's Kiss?
Skinnybug's new.
So why don't you answer the second one while I count? Let's see.
Gypsy's Kiss was the name of Toby's blog. He started writing when he was sailing. His boats were named A Gypsy's Kiss, and he wrote a online blog about that and his sailing adventures with his kids and things of that nature. So then when he started looking for the treasure, he started writing the blog about the treasure, the Forrest Fenn Treasure. And so he had that blog started, and then he started doing some interviews with people and put them up. And then we started doing the weekly show, and we decided to just keep the name A Gypsy's Kiss with it.
And I've met Forrest 9 times total, I think. Let me see.
Always in a group, though.
No, we visited him in his house.
His house at one time.
10. Because I didn't count that.
Oh.
So I've met Forrest 10 times. I mean, I've been in his presence, if you will. We've been in each other's presence.
But we've only been to his house once.
Yeah, the other times have been various events that I've... 11, because we saw him at Fenbury.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
We have pictures.
That's right.
But all the others, I recorded several at Collected Works, Moby Dickens, Rennell Jacobson, 12. The Money Bag, the Visit to His... 12 times, if I remember. About 12 times. Yeah.
We got Ron Williams. Toby, do you use a metal detector on most searches?
I have a metal detector, but I don't use it on any searches because Fenn has said if you're close enough to find the treasure with a metal detector, you'll be on top of it. Basically,
Eric Schmidt,
you'll be so close.
You know the real story. You know the beginnings of the Gypsy's Kiss. We didn't want to drag it out all night.
Yeah, you want me to tell that story? We'll be here till
That's why Toby
midnight.
told me to tell it, because I shortened
exactly.
up.
Wayne Ross, yeah. 3-axis gimbal stabilizer for Fenn, DJI, Zhiyun, $130.
All right. 220 is the latest scrapbook.
Yeah.
LR just checked. And Charles Picks, thanks for the 100% New Mexico, Toby. I was stationed at Walter Reed Hospital as a motion picture photographer around 72 through 74. I thought you said you were also around those parts then too?
Yes, let's see. I got to D.C. in 1974, and I was, of course, Bethesda Naval Hospital. Did he say Walter Reed?
Yeah.
Or Bethesda?
Walter Reed.
And I was stationed at Fort George G. Meade, which is, is near Columbia, Maryland, right off I-95 between D.C. and Baltimore. But that's when I went to work for the NSA in 1974, and I worked for them until 1979.
Lisa Smith says, going on a late camping trip with my man this weekend, going to Stonehenge World War I Memorial by Columbia River. We'll grab you some sand.
Oh, yay. Thank you. Wow. And don't forget, you guys, go subscribe to it, because I think we're going to have some interesting things. The way that we're going to involve people is by inviting them to send us small samples of sand from a location that they're at. And we're going to use that as a way to communicate with others and to explain the story. But I have a microscope that I'm going to be connecting to the computer. And we're going to put each of these specimens of sand under the microscope so you can see the differences between sand that was collected from a beach, sand that was collected from a river, sand that was collected from sand dunes, et cetera. So I think it'll be a lot of fun just to use that as a basis for the conversation.
Don't get in trouble.
Don't get in trouble.
Don't steal sand from where you're not supposed to get in sand from.
Exactly.
If it's like a national monument or something.
And both.
Don't get in trouble.
White Sands White Sands is a national monument, and Great Sand Dunes is a national park. So you're not supposed to take sand from there. But if you just slide down the sand, you'll get enough in your underwear to send it to us.
Let's see. Who else said something? Oh, Zapster 221 is the latest.
220.
Mexico Beach, Florida.
Yeah, 220. What Mexico? 221 is Mexico Beach. 220 was the one. Oh, I really liked 220. Hang on a sec.
Sturmworm, any new thoughts on the poem you'd like to enlighten us with?
No, I can tell you I'm going to be making a video for our
You still haven't made it? Tomorrow's the last day of the month.
I know. No, Friday's the last day of the month.
No, tomorrow is.
Oh, geez.
Friday's the 1st.
Okay, well, I'll make it tomorrow. Talking about, speaking of getting back in the box, we now know if I read this, there are 9 clues in the poem, and the clues are in consecutive order. We know that the first clue is begin at where warm waters halt, and the last one ends before you tarry scant. So that doesn't leave a lot of room for imagination or, getting out of the box. He established the box there. And so I'm making a video on that. And other than just kind of the recognition that he's established parameters on the 9 clues, I think we just go with that. There's nothing, there is no creativity in knowing exactly which are the 9 clues.
Because I Can says, want some Mississippi River sand from where the river flows east and west?
Yes. As long as there's a difference between sand and silt. Sand is at least let me see if I have this right.
It's in the paper, isn't it?
It is, but I'm not going to dig that.
Where'd you
I
put
left it in there.
The book. Oh.
So sand is, make sure there's a distinction between sand and silt. Sand is at least an average of 0.65 millimeters to 2.0 millimeters in size. Below that, it falls into the silt category. So yes, I would like something from the Mississippi as long as it's sand and not silt. And you can tell when you dry it, silt dries hard, sand dries crumbly. You guys are going to learn more about sand than you ever thought you would in your entire life.
We are at the bottom if you'd like to move into the
text messages and voicemails.
Somebody said they sent you a text.
Okay.
So there should be at least one.
There are several.
So do you want to play the text video?
I do want to play the text video. It's
because I Can says, I know the difference. Thumbs up. That's the Mississippi sand person.
Oh, okay. And like I said, if you just watch that's another video I have to make tomorrow. If you go to World Sand Project tomorrow, I will have a video up explaining exactly how you can participate and how that will be used in one of our future shows. And we'll mention you by name and show the sand under a microscope and photographs that you've taken. So I'll explain it. I don't want to bore everybody with it tonight. Aboard, he didn't say that Terry Scant is the last clue. In the interview with the Voice of America, USIA Voice of America, she asked him about the phrase that was being used by some searchers, Tari Scant, and what meaning that had. And he responded by saying, no, it's Terry Scant. It means get out of there. You have the treasure. So the last clue is the one that precedes Terry Scant. That's what he said.
Your quest to cease.
Your quest to cease.
Look quickly down. Logic Chaser. This is Matt Brewer. He says, I sold my DJI Osmo Mobile and got the newest GoPro. SW stabilization is so good on that thing, it's ridiculous.
Well, I hope, there was a point at which GoPro was having trouble with that as they tried to make it part of their drone product and didn't succeed with it. But I know because of what they're doing with stabilization inside of the camera, plus what they're doing with the gimbal, I can't quite, I'm not ready to give up my baby Osmo because it's so compact. But I'll at least take a look at it based just on your advice, Logic Chaser. What was I going to do? I forgot what I was going to do.
Texts.
Yay, text messages. Hang on, I just have to close this window here and open this window here so I can see what our status is and make sure we're not driving people crazy. Okay, let's go to some text messages. Mensajes. Let's see, text message from, Karen, we answered that. She's one of our members. Instagram. Why are they using this number? Oh, because I used it for the new. Okay, Doug here from Prince Edward Island is my email address, so you can send me your address for mail so I can send. Okay, Doug, I will send you a link to the video that I'm going to do tomorrow. I know you're not watching right now because it's late for you, but I will send you a link to the video that explains what you need to do because I would love to get some sand from Prince Edward Island. That would be so cool. Question. Don't forget, when you send us a text message, please include at least your first name and maybe the state from which you are writing. Why do you two think that so many people search in New Mexico? My friend Anagram insists that it's not there.
Why do so many people think it's in New Mexico? Well, because Forrest Fenn wrote a book and put it in one bookstore in Santa Fe. In the book it says he hid the treasure somewhere in the mountains north of Santa Fe. So he pretty much told us, start at Santa Fe and work your way out from there to the mountains.
So I was looking for our survey.
So that's why so many people look in New Mexico.
In New Mexico. Here we go. So this is the 2019 Fenn Treasure survey that we conducted. We had 343 responses. And let's see. I'm going to take you to that one. That particular response. In which of the following locations do you believe in? Okay. So you can present this to your friend Anagram, who insists otherwise. All right. So can I blow this up? All right. So this is a survey we did this is the fourth time we've done this survey. The survey results are pretty much always the same. And we got 343 responses, which is a very good sample. And the question that we asked in this case was, in which of the following locations do you believe Fenn hid his treasure? nearly 40% or 134% of the respondents, 134 of the respondents believe that it is hidden in New Mexico. 12.5% believe it's in Colorado. 16% believes it's in Wyoming, but not Yellowstone. Montana, but not Yellowstone, is 21%, and Yellowstone is 11.1%. So you can see by a pretty significant margin. The next one is Montana, which is about half the size. 40% of the people who are involved in this treasure hunt believe that the treasure is hidden in New Mexico. That seems to me, that's a plurality, a significant plurality. It's not a majority, but the next closest is Montana, but not Yellowstone at 21%, about half as much. All the others fall behind pretty significantly. So that's why, statistically speaking, if we have a bunch of searchers who are responding to that question and they think it's in New Mexico, you'd have to think to yourself, it's in New Mexico. So, there.
Also, he didn't mention the Rocky Mountains until 2013.
Right. We have a video. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you were going to say it.
I was about done.
Oh,
Go
okay.
ahead.
We do have a video entitled Forrest Fenn Discovered the Rocky Mountains in 2013, because prior to 2013, Forrest never... Wow, I called him Forrest. I hope he sees this. Forrest never actually mentioned the Rocky Mountains, ever, until the publication of Too Far to Walk and the map that was included in Too Far to Walk.
Well, actually started it with the Today Show, or just about that time.
But it was about the same time.
About that time.
Yeah, because he knew he was going to release the Too Far to Walk. So this is from Kiwis Road. Kiss, keep it simple, silly, stories married to poem, poem married to map. Kind of lines up his childhood for me, just my thoughts. What do you think? Oh, he sent me this little tiny picture. Okay, Kiwis.
Touch the picture, and then...
Well, it's trying to delete it. I'm kind of worried that it's trying to delete it.
There you go. Now
That
you can stretch it.
Not
You
my.
can still stretch it
I'm
from there
70
now.
years old.
Now see, but there.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
So he's got us in West Yellowstone and going...
New Mexico Cats and Dogs says,
Oh,
Toby, did
interesting.
you see my post about the cross being the same shape as his doodle on Dale's site?
I haven't. Where was that? Where was that post? So a Blue Fox in The Thrill of the Chase, just before the poem, he says, I hit it somewhere in the mountains north of Santa Fe, or somewhere in the mountains north of Santa Fe.
I think it was right after the poem.
Was it right after?
I think so.
Don't
you have
think
the book's right here.
Yeah. Page 134.
Okay.
He says, in The Thrill of the Chase, our friend Forrest. Teachers with ropes. I've always liked them. I knew exactly where to hide the chest, so it would be difficult to find, but not impossible. It's in the mountains, somewhere north of Santa Fe.
You're right.
Thrill of the Chase.
Thought you would enjoy a little, you're right, from your favorite lady friend.
Yeah, nice. Okay, so Toby, after you
Magic
click Save to
Treasure
PDF,
Princess.
a window will pop open. That's not where the PDF exists. That's where it's trying to save it. Yeah, is this from Allison? Allison, I know this world. Whoever sent that message, yes, I finally figured that out all by myself, believe it or not. Not bad for you can teach an old dog new tricks, proving once again you can teach. Okay, let's see what we have. Do we have a Davio voicemail? That would be fun. Davio voicemail.
Was that all the texts?
That was all the texts. Do I have a voicemail one? No.
No,
We do.
just the phone line.
Yay.
Boy, hey, dude. Is this the Captain Antonio? I heard you guys were looking for some serious sand. You know, I know where some sand is. It's just a matter of shipping, you know. That's a whole nother cost of shipping. You know what I mean? Like, Davio 22 here, just saying, Much love, everybody out there in the community. I am psyched. I am jazzed. I am very happy about my location. I'm just not happy about the snow. There's like 20-some-thousand feet of... Yeah, okay, it's there's snow. There's like a foot of snow, and the forecast is like froze and freeze and cold and cold. Okay, so I'll make a video. I'll show you how it's possible to actually have confirmation you're in the right place. How is that possible? Look quickly down and see a chapter in the book. That's how. And I'm freaking out. I'm very happy. I'm psyched. I got to get back there. Okay, so this is Davio overacting and having a good time. Hey, Namaste, Cat and Toby, rock on. That, you know what I mean? Yeah. Okay, ciao.
Davio, I love your voicemails. Best voicemail. One of these days, I'm going to take I've saved all your voicemails. I'm going to make them into...
No, Toby at 10 tonight.
No, K-Pro, I'm going to reserve Toby at 10s till for Fridays only, rather than trying to do them tonight.
Yeah, we do giveaways on Wednesdays, and Fridays are for
Toby at 10.
Toby at 10, and on Wednesdays we're also going to start the Sand Channel. So
it's not this. It's the World Sand Project.
The WISP.
World Sand Project.
WISP or WASP?
WSP. Isn't there another
Probably.
acronym for WSP?
World Savings? I don't know.
World Savings and...
I don't know.
Hang on. Now you got me crazy. Acronym.
I got you crazy. I think that you did that all on your own.
WSP.
When life gives you snow, make snow angels.
Oh, it's internet slang for what's that? That's what it says.
That is funny.
Yeah. So WSP, WSP, my acronym for my new channel is internet slang for what's that?
Cats and Dogs says I sent you an email.
Oh, okay. All right. I will get to it on Friday since we're through emails as of this time. Guess what time it... Oh, I'm going to...
WSOP, World Series of Poker.
World Series of Poker. Yeah, I knew that's why. Maybe that's why it
sounded.
sounded... Yeah, that's why it sounded familiar.
Yeah. It's not
funny. Tattoos. Let's see. Yay. And as far as that little sand, you need a small plastic bag, something that you can seal at the top, and I need about a tablespoonful of sand. Just put it in the bag. That will fit in an envelope, and it will ship in a first class, a forever stamp.
Wi-Fi Connect?
Wi-Fi
Is that WSP?
Wi-Fi, I don't know.
Oh, that was an ISP.
Oh, no. There is something. There's a. That's where it comes from.
WSP.
No. There's a WSP. One of the parameters in your Wi-Fi Connect is WSP. That's where it comes from. That's what. Not where it comes from. I bet. Select View Page Source and then copy and paste from the HTML as you wish. You know what, Matt? That's what I used to do. But I kind of like Allison's. Solution better because she's Allison and she has a cute family. So, what can I say about
Ross
that?
says, I have been enjoying the terrain feature of Google Maps in conjunction with the satellite feature. It revealed a lot of Las Cruces Basin is over 10,200 feet.
It is. And if you look north of the border, there's another... not north of the border. North of the Toltec Gorge, there's another 2,000... because I'm always looking at the... IFR maps. What are the charts? The flight rules chats. And they point out that just either side of Toltec Gorge, there is one on either side, there is one mountain of at least 10,200 feet in altitude. Phone lines are open, 202-815-1171. So I always say call and talk about whatever you want, but apparently you guys don't want to talk about fishing, jewelry,
Wi-Fi service provider.
Well,
Wi-Fi service provider, WSP.
New Mexico Cats and Dogs. Okay, that's William. So William, we're going to save that for Friday because you had pictures and I wanted
Ron
to
Williams
share the
wants to
pictures.
know, do you think No Place for the Meek is a physical place or a directional clue?
Oh, we haven't resolved that. We think that each clue in the poem can be one of three things, and this is what you have to figure out. They can be a waypoint, a distance, or a direction. And that doesn't mean they're all organized in that way, but that's in if you look at anybody else's treasure maps, that's what they have. They have a waypoint, a distance, and a direction to get to the next waypoint. So that's what you have to decide, which of those clues are which of those components of treasure maps. Waypoint, distance, or direction. AJ Rainville says, does Forrest like...
Ask Christy, maybe she knows.
Christy should know that.
Does Forrest like Western movies?
Wireless secured password. We're getting... Guys, WSP stands for World Sand Project. It's invented by yours truly and supported by hers truly.
The Treasure Princess.
Phone lines are open, 202-815-1171. Calling 202, that's the Washington, D.C. Area code, so you can feel like you're calling Washington, D.C., and maybe even Dave Kennedy from Newsweek magazine will answer.
Lead searcher says, no place for the meek just means get out of the car.
Okay, yeah, could very well be.
I like it.
Get out of the car and face down that grizzly. Get out of the car. Don't be afraid of the damn grizzly. He's not going to hurt you. She's not going to hurt you.
Grar.
Okay, no phone calls. We might be able to call an
I might be able to sit and talk about sand all night.
Yeah, I'm not going to do that to them. So we can do this. I can end the show because we're not getting phone calls. And oops, spoke too soon. Guess who?
That's the Kinsers. Hello.
Hang on. Wait.
Hello.
Now you can talk.
Hello. Hello.
Hello?
Hey.
Brad?
Yes.
Hey. How are you doing?
How are you guys?
We're doing great. How's Sarah?
She's doing awesome. She's getting her Halloween costume ready.
Oh, really? What is she going as?
She's going to be a Flo from Progressive lookalike
Oh,
for the
that's
hospital.
cute.
How cute is that?
But I figured out what WSP stands for. It's whiskey sour, please.
That sounds to me like that was Sarah's solution. Whiskey sour, please. We're going to have to use it.
So I was just calling to put my 2 cents in on the WSP there.
I appreciate it. That was very thoughtful of you.
But just to give everybody a heads up, it is, it has been snowing here in the mountains, and some of the places that some of the people have been wanting to go to are not safe to go to already. So just a heads up for some of those searchers.
So do you feel like the snow that has fallen and is falling is pretty much going to stick for the season, or are you going to have one of those days where everything melts off?
This is kind of a weird fall for us. I mean, usually the end of October we get, a little dusting or something, but it's so cold that it's bound to stick.
Yeah. Yeah, we just started getting our first cold days about the beginning of this week. We started getting up. I mean, last week.
2 weeks ago, it was pretty cold too.
Yeah, but it went back up to the 60s and 70s.
Last Thursday.
Right, in Santa Fe and north.
Yeah.
But it didn't stick. It
Yeah.
went away. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think you're right. I think winter has officially started in the mountains.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
anyway, it was good to talk to you guys. And
well, do us a favor and make sure you take a picture of Sarah in her Halloween outfit and send it to us so we can share it with the fans.
Okay.
All right.
We can do that. You hear that? We got to take a picture of you in your Halloween costume. He said she'll be happy to do it.
I'll bet. I'll bet. All right, sir. Well, thank you guys for calling in. Give Sarah a hug for us, and we look forward to seeing you sometime soon.
Absolutely. You guys take care, and we'll talk to you soon.
We look forward to it.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Brad and Sarah Kinzer, searchers from Pagosa Springs. Oh, and I remember.
You should play this safety squirrel video.
You think so? It's about that time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, guys. So I'm not the only one who noticed. So Captain Marvel says, "Love the Wi-Fi at Mickey D's." I've noticed that the Wi-Fi at Mickey D's has improved in terms of quality. Is that just me, or is everybody else noticing it, or am I the only one that goes to Mickey D's? Kiwi's Road said, "We did check that test, Kiwi, and I couldn't." Do me a favor and send that photograph to my email, and that way I can open up in the screen. I can't make that connection from the phone to the screen so the folks can see it, but I think they would like to see it. So just send it to my to gypsieskiss@gmail.com, and we'll open it up on Friday, because I think everybody else would like to see it.
All right, so the phone lines are open.
Phone lines are open. Call in. I don't have anything else to talk about.
1171.
Actually, what am I going to talk about?
Put that number in your phone. I have, and then under AGK, and then I can just tap it
and call
right in. And sometimes I do that, but I'm not going to do it right now because I'm already here. So you guys have to do it. Until then, I'm going to tell you all about my show today because, why not?
Why not?
So we talked about having fun on the way to your goal. And I think that's what this show is all about, right? So we come here, we have a good time, we hang out, we talk, we have fun on the way to finding the treasure, right? So that's what my show is about today. But having fun on the way to any goal. For instance, losing weight or growing a business or any goal you might have.
Hello, Catch 'em Idaho. You've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name? What do you want to talk about?
Hi, Toby and Shelley. It's Luli.
Hi, Luli. How are you doing? Nice
Hello.
to hear from you again.
I'm doing good. I just got back from Yellowstone.
Uh-huh.
And we stayed in West Yellowstone, and it had snowed. It was pretty cold. But we went searching. It was kind of scary a little bit because we were walking in this area and saw huge, very fresh bear print. And I didn't think it would get to me, but it did.
I think the first time you see and imagine something large enough to make that kind of print, it has to affect you. You start feeling real human at that point.
Yeah. But I did do some hiking and looked around in a couple of areas outside of the park.
Uh-huh.
But went into the park. It was closed on Saturday, but it opened back up on Sunday. And it was just super fun being in West Yellowstone, even though it was really cold. It got down to like 5 degrees, but the wind chill factor was like below zero.
So let me ask you the same question that I asked Brad.
Yeah.
Do you feel like the snow that has fallen to this point is a base, or do you feel like it'll go away and we'll see other snowstorms?
I don't know. It's hard to say because, it snowed a little bit there, about a week before, and you could see a little bit of snow on the ground there. And then I got there, I think Thursday or Friday, and it snowed. And the park was closed down on Saturday. They weren't letting people in. But then the next day, the roads were really clear, and you could see that there was some snow, but it had melted in like southern exposed areas. Mm-hmm. So there was areas that I was walking along the Madison. There was not snow. on the southern exposure hills had melted off, even though it was really cold. I was surprised, but I don't know what it's going to do. It's supposed to be really nice this weekend here in Idaho. I'm about 3.5 hours away from West Yellowstone, so it's not very far. But surprisingly, I'm at the same altitude as West Yellowstone, but it's really there's just such a colder weather front there all the time. It's amazing. It's so much colder there.
So, yeah, no. I was listening. I'm sorry. I had an ad pop up on my thing, so I was trying to kill it before it drowned you out. When do you expect? So I assume you're not going to West Yellowstone just to visit West Yellowstone. That's in your search area. Is that correct?
It is. It's near there, actually, but it's, to be honest with you, it's not in the park. But I haven't totally ruled out a couple of locations that I've looked at in the park.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's a little cold to be searching up there right now for people. I mean, you really got to be prepared. It's that wind chill factor up there that's, really cold. But also I went up there just to really have fun too and enjoy being in West Yellowstone. I finally got to go and I drove by Finn's cabin, and that was fun to see it. I asked a local where it was and went and looked at that and sort of took the little Finn tour. I was there before, I've been there to West Yellowstone, quite a few times, but I took the time out this time because of the weather to do some fun things and see different little things that he talked about and just.
Oops. Are you still there? We lost you. Oh, no, she had such a great.
She's still there, I think.
Hang on.
The audio dropped or something.
Wait, Lily, are you still there? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The audio
can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. The audio dropped off on our side.
Okay. Well, I was just saying it's really the park's closing this weekend, but it was really fun too, just to go into the park and drive around and see it from the comfort of your heated car.
Right. Yeah.
And and you get a lot of ideas. You can sit there and go, and look, and it's fun, and it's also, for just going out and observing what you might want to come back to for next year.
So, did you take any photographs of the snow in Yellowstone?
Oh, yeah. I have, so many photographs, and we took videos and working on a little project as well. And it was just super fun. And I'll send you some pictures. I got pictures of the bear tracks.
Oh, cool.
That I've got some neat pictures.
I was going to ask if you wouldn't mind send them to gypsykiss@gmail.com, and I'll share them with the folks on Friday.
Oh, yeah. That would be great. Yeah, I'll send you some pictures.
And give them a sense of the snowfall.
Should she attach them?
Pardon me?
Or what's the best way?
I can barely hear you guys, by the way.
It's my fault.
For some reason. I don't know why, but
No,
go
it's
ahead.
my fault because I turned on the volume, otherwise I'll blow everybody out. So what I was going to say is if you would send us an email and attach the images to the email, and that way I can share them with everybody on Friday. That would be great.
Oh, right. Great. I'd love to share them with you. And I'm going to send you some sand from Maui. I don't know if you have any yet.
Great. Is Maui one of the places where you can get the black sand, or is that only in Oahu?
Well, most of the black sand is on the Big Island.
Yeah. Okay.
This is white sand.
That's fine. I think one of the reasons I'm interested is because I've seen the sea sands under a microscope, and they're very different from the river sands because they contain the remains of organisms that lived in the ocean, and they're basically miniature seashells and things like that. So it'll be fun to get that. So, like I said, I'm going to put up a video tomorrow on the Sand Project channel, and it'll explain how to handle it. Just a little, plastic bag, small spoonful, and put it in a regular envelope, maybe a padded envelope if you have one, but it should go first class forever stamp, and send it. And then, do you happen to have a picture of where you were when you collected that sand, or?
Well, my daughter collected the sand for me. She went to the beach that my family put my father's ashes in on the beach in Maui. And she went and took some ashes of other family members because my family loved to go to Maui, and so there's quite a few different ashes of different family members there. But she went and collected it for me. She told me, she said, "Mom, I think that maybe Grandpa's ashes, maybe there's a couple of little flecks in there of him."
Oh, so, God, that would be interesting. Well, we should be able to pick them out of. I'll take a look, and we should be able to pick them out from the sand because it's very different. The ash is very different from the sand.
Yeah, it'll be like little fragments of bone or something. Yeah, that's all it'll be. Would be bone. But yeah, I have seen those micro photographs or whatever of those little pieces of sand up close, and they're tiny itty bitty shells.
Yeah, no, that's what makes them amazing when you collect them from the seashore. I'm looking forward to my next trip to California or to visit my daughter in Boca Raton so that I can collect some of that sand as well. So yeah,
all right on.
Well, and what we're going to do, as I mentioned in the past, we're going to have full shows where we're going to take one of these samples of sand that somebody had sent us, and we're going to talk about it, who sent it to us, show them the pictures, and then we're going to show it under the microscope, and we're going to use that as the basis for this conversation about the sand as a resource. So,
yeah, well, the whole world is made up of rocks, and shells and things. So every little fragment is a piece of the earth,
It is. That's how it breaks down, but it takes so long to break it down from, a mountaintop. It takes 125,000 years to break it down into sand, and we're just using it up at a rate faster than. So here's another funny statistic for you: China used more sand between 2011 and 2014 than the United States did in the entire 20th century. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly. So
that's a great project that you're doing.
So
it's interesting. I am fascinated by it.
Well, I think it'll be interesting, especially when you try to involve other people by having them send the sand and covering it from the personal perspective, because one of the things that people are starting to notice, if you look at some of those videos I posted, is that their beaches are disappearing, and they thought it had to do with the ocean. It's not. It's because once you start dredging off the beach, that beach sand falls into the ocean, and suddenly your beach is 100 feet shorter than it was 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So it's because of the dredging. So, sand mafia. Yeah. India has the sand mafia.
Well, you're not supposed to really take sand from like the beaches in Hawaii and stuff.
You're not, but what we recommend to people is walk in your shoes and whatever you collect in your shoes, which I know sand does. Shelley reminded me today, I'm always complaining about, so like I hate going to the beach because it just gets sand in your cameras and your shorts and every place else. And so I'm having to reconfigure my relationship with sand for this project, because up until this point I just thought it was an annoyance. I didn't realize it was a resource that was becoming progressively more scarce. So sand and I have to learn to be friends again. Well, I have to learn to be friends with sand again.
All right. Well, listen, I got to get going, but you guys have a really great night. Thank you for taking my call and me talk about my trip to Yellowstone. I love it. Every time I go, I just truly enjoy going there so much and on all aspects. But I'm really planning, this spring. I hope that the treasure will still be around, and I'll be able to go get it.
Yeah, I think my feeling is that you can count on it surviving the winter.
Yeah, well, we'll see. There's people out there. I was just reading about several searchers that were there this past weekend when I was there in those areas.
Wow!
And it was really bitingly cold, but I enjoyed every minute. And the cold didn't bother me.
Yeah.
But when I saw those bear tracks in my area, it really did. I didn't think it was going to bother me, even with all the bear mace that I have and everything.
Yeah.
I wished I had a gun on, because this is. That's scary, and they've been problematic over there. The bears have been super problematic over in the greater Yellowstone, Montana area.
Uh-huh. So, does anybody in the room know when they start their hibernation? I have no idea when they start their hibernation.
Well, you know what? They're not in hibernation. I went to the the Bear and Wolf Center there in West Yellowstone, which is really fun to go. Anybody goes there, take your kids and go to that place. It's fantastic. And I showed them my picture because somebody was saying, "Oh, that's a black bear," but the ranger there said, "Oh no, that is a grizzly bear, and they are out, and sometimes they don't hibernate at all, but much at all. They'll be out if they're hungry. They'll be out in December and January looking for food, and they've had some problems recently with the bears getting into, the big bears getting into areas they shouldn't be going into and getting into the livestock." Is what he told me. Well,
I remember when we were in Cody. We went to the Cody Museum and into the natural. Help me. Natural.
The Buffalo Bill Museum.
Yeah, the Buffalo. Yeah.
What
was that one section that we went through where they had the bear? Natural history. Part of the museum, and they had a grizzly bear, and the print made by a grizzly bear. And Shelley put her hand on it, and it was twice the size of her hand. I mean, it was just huge.
Well, you see their little paws, but the whole foot themselves, with including all the hair and stuff, they could be just like the ones that I had. They're a foot wide. Well, if you count the outer, but when you see just the print, that's usually just their
pad, their front pad.
Their pad, that's it.
Yeah.
But
and their claws, I mean, those claws are, the claws alone are the size of a small hand, fingers on a small hand. I could see where if they just swiped at you, you'd end up bleeding out.
Well, I'm just going to say this real quick, but I do have to go. But the thing is that, where Forrest said that, put in below the Homer Brown in the poem.
Yeah.
I always thought, was he trying to say that he put this thing below the area of where the brown bear is? So, I always thought, is he saying that it's down past, because below the Homer Brown would be like down in any area where the bear population, the brown bear population drops off.
It would.
Grizzly bears aren't.
Yeah, but if you look at that,
southern Wyoming.
That discounts a lot of Montana because they have a large range in both Wyoming and Montana. So I don't know. I don't. I can only express my
view. Line where the brown bears aren't, but
right.
He put it in below the Homer Brown, like if you were going down, that would be like at the tail end of the Wind River, area, the Wind River, range. So, maybe I always thought, gosh, is it down there or is it out on the other end of?
Well, there's certainly parts of that range that are, pretty fenny and good looking along the around the Paposia, whichever one of the Paposias you choose. So.
He says it's not in a dangerous place, too, and that always, I always think, is he trying to tell us something below the Homer Brown? So, it's...
Yeah, I can't imagine he put it right in the middle of a bear population.
Yeah, I really kind of wonder sometimes, because, kids are supposed to be, he says kids are safe out there and stuff. It makes you wonder,
Yeah.
And what's interesting? He never writes that I know of his bear encounters. I've never heard him talking about his bear encounters and all the time that he spent in the Yellowstone area.
I was trying to remember if he mentioned it, whether or not, I know it's not in the Thrill of the Chase, but I wonder if he mentioned it in Too Far to Walk. I'll have to check that. I'll check both Once Upon a While and Too Far to Walk and see if he's got a bear story in there.
I don't think he does. I mean,
interesting. For as much time as he spent there, you'd think.
Yeah, I don't remember him talking about that. And he's talked about that he was ready for a bear, but he never encountered one when him and Johnny were out in the Gallatin or wherever they were. So, who knows? That's just another one of the many things that I've pondered about that. So,
just staying awake at night, thinking about those things.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. All right. Well, listen, you guys have a good night. Thanks for taking my call, and I'll send you those pictures.
We look forward to them. We'll share them with the folks on Friday.
Thank you. Okay, we'll see.
Have a good evening.
Talk to you later. Okay.
Safe
Bye-bye.
travels. So
thank you.
That was Luli. So I wanted to share just real quickly. I found that. So this is the new Mavic Mini. As you can see, it has the folding props. It looks like it's just a little bit smaller.
Why are you in the red all the time?
What?
When you're talking.
Because I'm talking.
It's
Because it's always red, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to talk like that.
I don't know what's up.
Can you guys hear me now? Can you hear me now? That's the new Mavic Mini. $399 has all the same software capabilities that the Mavic Air has and a better camera. So there. Put that in your smoking pipe. Let me see. So this is Fort Collins, Colorado. Hey, Fort Collins, you've reached Toby and Shelley. What's your name and what's your topic of discussion?
This is Anthony.
Hey, Anthony, how are you doing?
Not bad. Just calling in because I've been watching the show, been following you guys for quite a few years. So
Well, thank you. That's very kind of you.
I appreciate that. So I basically, the topic of discussion would be the weather and how it affects the search. So he says, specifically you can retrieve it in any weather if you know exactly where the location is.
Yeah.
But then, he goes into can't search during the wintertime. So that kind of leads me to believe that the blaze would be discoverable, without snow, but with snow you can't see the blaze.
Mm-hmm.
So that's kind of
my
theory.
Yeah, let me present an alternative theory to you. I believe when he says that you can find if you know where it is, you can find it in any weather. I believe that's true, right? But there's a couple of conditions there. You have to know where it is. And then there's the conundrum of he advises us not to go out in the winter. And I think the challenge is that he has a sense that a lot of people who are searching for a significant percentage of the people who are searching for this treasure are not mountain men. We had somebody on the show a couple of weeks ago who says, I go up in the mountains all the time. I live here. I know how to drive here. I know how to be prepared for it. But I think what he knows is there's a good number of people who are not experienced in the mountains. And if you come from the flatlands, if you're driving from Florida and you end up in the Gallatins and you end up with an overnight snow, you could put yourself and or your family at risk. And I think that's a difference. And I would take him at his word if he says that you can find the treasure in the winter if you know where it is, then I would take him at his word. Now, if on the other hand, I was also from Florida, I wouldn't put myself at risk, right? I would assume that if you're looking for this treasure in the winter, that you know how to handle yourself in the winter.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
I think that safety is his main concern.
Yeah.
When it comes to searching, and, he wants it to be a family activity. I feel like.
I agree.
Going back to the blaze.
Yeah.
So other YouTubers have talked about multiple confirmations.
Yeah.
So potentially the blaze has multiple different meanings. So does that mean that the blaze is a singular object, and that's where he slipped up in one of his interviews where he thinks he said too much? Or does that kind of go into the multiple confirmations that you could possibly have multiple blazes within the correct search area?
So
just an idea to throw out there.
Yeah, no. I think that's reasonable. And again, I'll offer an alternative opinion. I think the two most important clues in the poem are begin at where warm waters halt and if you've been wise and found the blaze. And he says the blaze. He doesn't say one of the blazes or one of the many blazes or a blaze. He says if you've been wise and found the blaze. The implication of that sentence structure is that there is one and only one blaze.
I think that's a Fenn speak also.
Well, yeah, but
I agree.
But you and I both know. You and I both know
advocate on that.
Yeah, you and I both know that we could take anything that Fenn says and call it Fenn speak.
Well, I just feel like there's multiple the confirmation.
So the other thing,
in order to be seeking treasure, you have to have confirmations along the way.
Agreed, but the confirmations are the recognition of the objects or whatever that are represented by the clues, right? At some point you have to have something physical, a physical distance, a physical direction, or a physical object. So I'm gonna one of the folks in the room, Zapster, says in response to a question, the question was, quote, "Is the blaze one single object?" Question mark, end of quote. Fenn responded in a word, yes. Are you still there? Or are you just absorbing that? Oh, did we lose him?
Hello.
Hello. Oh, we lost his connection.
Yep, we did.
Oh, I did. Well, I hope we got that. Zapster, thank you for that. Unfortunately, I don't have that kind of memory. There's a couple of other Fenn tubers that have that kind of memory, and I envy them that. But
or he may have looked it up on.
I claim old guy status. I got to call William. He's been trying to call.
Did you want to answer Sunray's question from the Facebook group?
I do. Sunray, I'll answer your question in just a sec. Oh, Sunray, hang on.
Hola, ¿cómo está, señorita? The world is listening.
Mira
Hello, Toby.
usted, Guillermo, en español.
Sí.
My mother says my Spanish is broken. Hello, you two.
So how are you doing?
There's no blaze.
There's no blaze, huh? Even though he wrote it into the poem, you're telling me there's no blaze.
You know the deal. It's real. Hi, Shelley. I'm a firefighter. Did you know that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Nope.
You didn't know that.
Thank you for your.
I have some sand from Dubai.
Dubai.
Some sand from Dubai?
That's right. The only way that you can contract the sand and get your soul bowl.
Yeah.
I love you too. You guys are beautiful. Listen to me.
Yeah.
When it comes to the treasure, on some real, I'm a firefighter. There's no blaze.
Thank you for
what type of firefighter am I? When it comes to structure, when I watch it burn down. Multiple question. A house. B, forest. C, none of the above. Talk to me. Bye, Shelley. Send me a ticket.
Send me that sand.
All the samples.
Send me some sand from Dubai.
All right.
What a
I
riot.
didn't know they had sand in Dubai. I thought they had to buy it from other places.
Oh, well, they have their desert sand, but they can't use it. It's too fine to be used for construction. So that's why they have to import it.
Sunray.
Sunray says, question, I'm not sure if this was discussed already, but have either of you given any thought to the Tea with Olga chapter when Fenn mentions the 3 different colored teas in the last paragraph? I feel that it's symbolic in some way, but I can't figure out. Sunray, you are in exactly the same position as I'm going to guess 70% of the searchers who also believe it has some significance, but have not been able to figure it out. The closest that we came is that there is a location in the, and I'm going to pronounce this incorrectly, Absaroka range, in which there is a black, red, and green mountains?
Oh, I don't know.
Yeah, in the Absarokas. They make a triangle. So that's as close as any that I've come. But I know everyone struggled with that because it seems to me like he mentioned, he was so specific about the T's, it sticks out like an aberration, and you got to wonder, what is he trying to tell us, right? Is it some kind of code? We looked at I actually found a flag that had the green, black, and red. I can't remember who it was now, but it was some third world nation. Sunray, I would appreciate it if you'd send me some sand from San Diego.
San Diego.
Santiago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, we have a playlist on our channel with the book club, and you can find that chapter being discussed in that playlist. Or you can Also, if you'd like to dive deeper into it, you can join our membership, and we discuss a chapter every Tuesday and Thursday.
Wow. So. You are a regular Toby Younis, aren't you?
Toby Renee.
Toby Renee.
She's the salesperson.
Yeah. She's good. Hang on. I'm going to go to our YouTube channel, and I'm going to show you where to find that playlist. So one of the things that you guys, if you don't want to, is this a Gypsy's Kiss? Yeah. If you guys don't want to spend a lot of time searching for things on our YouTube channel, you can go to playlists, and Shelley has very nicely organized them, okay, into these various. I'm going to show you right now. These are the playlists on A Gypsy's Kiss. So here's our Forrest Fenn Humpday Hoedown, Friday Fandango, New Searcher Essentials, The Softer Side on AGK, which was a little experiment. The weekly vlogs from 2017, the weekly vlogs from 2018, panel sessions, It's All About You interviews, travel vlog, Forrest Fenn Radio. Where's book club? There's the book club right there. Forrest Fenn Book Club, The Thrill of the Chase, and then separately is the Jamie Jordan campaign to raise funds for her. So check out our playlists on A Gypsy's Kiss, because Shelley has done a great job of organizing them into the various topical eras. And I'll bet you never thought you'd see me wearing a Santa Claus. Why did that thumbnail pop up?
Because that's the last one from 2017.
Oh, is it?
Right
Christmas. That's right. Right. Okay. So let me go back here. So we got about another 5 minutes. So I'm going to turn the phone lines off, because we do have a long 5 minutes, and that is not time enough for a credible call. It would be an incredible call. Oh, sometimes I make myself crack up. Okay. Turning off the phone lines. All right. So.
Did you understand his question about being a firefighter and there's no blaze and a structure fire or a forest fire? What was that question? I didn't quite understand.
One has to question what he was doing in Dubai, right? There's only one time we've had to. Oh, that was Kuwait. That wasn't Dubai. So he must have done some contracting work in Dubai.
Yeah. Oh, he was working as a firefighter?
Yeah, we don't have any military in Dubai. I don't know. It's William, for God's sakes. I can't, I got to figure out what he said. It takes me 3 days just to figure out.
Well, you got further along than I did.
Okay, so phone lines are off. Let's see. When will we see you again? If you're going to watch The Softer Side on Friday,
you'll see me.
You'll see Shelley, because I'm not going to be around. I've got a doctor's appointment, and this is my primary care physician, so I don't ever miss those. And then we will see you next Wednesday.
Friday night, though.
Oh, I'm sorry. We'll see you Friday night on A Gypsy's Kiss at 7 p.m. for a continuation of this revelry. And then I'll do a Toby at 10 show on Friday. And then after that, we'll see you next Wednesday at 3 o'clock for the World Sand Project. First, we're going to open the package that William Hoddes sent to me, and we'll show some pictures, and we'll tell stories about that. I'm in the midst of reading a 53-page report from the United Nations that was published in May of this year on the topic, so I will be even better informed by then. And I'm reading Neeson's book on the subject as well, so we'll have a lot to talk about. It's an interesting topic, and it's one that is meaningful in the let's save the planet kind of sense. And I'm not one of those guys that's always preaching about this stuff, but I've had my moments, and this is I feel like this is one of those moments.
He's trying to make up with sand.
Yeah, I'm trying to come to peace. I'm trying to make my peace with sand. Who only destroyed my I only recall it destroying my cameras and getting in my swim trunks.
Yeah,
being uncomfortable. Okay, so let's.
Music?
You know what I want to do? You know what I want to do? Just for the fun of it, I want to do this. Day. Indeed, Humpday.
Humpday.
Humpday. Day.
They're not going to know if they're coming or going now.
Okay, we're going.
All right. In case you missed it at the beginning.
And, by the way, high five for that video. That was great work. Great work.
Thanks. Had to have a lot of dancing in there.
Yeah.
So, everybody, thanks for being here. Thanks for all your great questions, comments, chat in the chat room. We appreciate you being here with us tonight to talk. Had a great time, and we'll see you again on Friday for Gypsy Kiss. I'm Shelley Carney, Magic Treasure Princess!
And so go watch this afternoon's episode of the Softer Side if you want to hear a Toby Vietnam story told in a funny way, because we were talking about what is it? Time, tragedy plus time equals comedy. So, thanks for joining us tonight. We really enjoyed your company. We hope you had as much fun as we did, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. That would be on AGK Friday night at 7 p.m., but you're welcome to join us at 4 p.m. on any Softer Side program. So, and I will do a Toby 10 on Friday just for UK Pro.
Uh-oh. Time to go.
Time to go.